Guy Raz, during his interviews with successful entrepreneurs, realized that the entrepreneurial journey is very much like a hero's journey. There is a call to action in the form of an idea. The startup then goes through many tests and trials and finally arrives victorious at the destination. In How I Built This, Raz has organized his findings into specific steps to create a journey on how to become a successful entrepreneur, to teach his readers how to drive their startup to success. Here are the top 7 lessons from Guy Raz's How I Built This. The unexpected paths to success from the world's most inspiring entrepreneurs. Lesson 1. Do your research. Potential opportunities will arise while starting your business. Good ideas are the foundation of every successful business. We can have the work ethic and all the funding in the world. However, without a good idea, we won't get anywhere. Raz highlights that good ideas are generally created when we are actively searching and doing our research. When we identify a potentially good idea, we have to decide whether we actually want to pursue this idea. Raz recommends considering whether we would upend our whole life to pursue this idea. If this is the case, then it's very likely a good idea. Lesson 2. Have a support network. Our support network can be a crucial factor in determining our startup's success. Because we are social animals, we tend to be less effective on our own. More extensive and better ideas are created when we collaborate with others. Therefore, we should include our friends and family in our business pursuits. Plus, it's best to ensure we have a co-founder. Raz believes that creating a startup on our own is far too difficult. Another key feature of ensuring we have a strong support network and our business is our need for money. Startups often require significant amounts of money. Raz advises us to start by looking to our loved ones. Suppose we learn how to effectively sell our company. In that case, we can convince family and friends to invest in our exciting project. The most significant benefit of this approach is that the money will belong to people we don't really want to let down. Therefore, it is likely we will work twice as hard to stay true to their investments. Lesson 3. Position your business creatively. One of the key skills required for a business to succeed is the ability to creatively position the business. Knocking on the doors of big companies or the public is not enough. And being persistent or polite won't bring success when we're starting a new business. Raz offers the example of the founder of 5-Hour Energy Shots, Manoj Bhargava. Instead of competing with the other big soda companies, he decided to just sneak around the side. Manoj avoided becoming a direct competitor. In order to sneak around the side, he decided to shrink his bottle. This change allowed stores to sell his product on countertops next to the papers and lighters. By creatively positioning his product, Manoj was selling 10,000 bottles per week just 6 months after starting his business. Lesson 4. Learn how to engineer word of mouth. The best way we can start selling large quantities of our product is by creating a buzz through word of mouth. People tend to be more influenced by a recommendation from a trusted friend. Recommendation after recommendation will create enough buzz to push people to pick up their phones and tell more people to try our product. The most viable way of creating this buzz is by simply building a fantastic product. The product needs to be so impressive that people won't be able to help themselves but recommend it. Lesson 5. Be a problem solver. All companies have or will eventually experience their own form of catastrophe. The risk levels associated with decisions made by the business owner as companies grow. As the business owner, we are the one responsible to deal with the repercussions of a catastrophe. It does not matter if this was an avoidable catastrophe or not. We need to be the primary problem solver. How I Built This explains how James Burke, Johnson & Johnson's CEO, was able to overcome a catastrophe. In the early 80s, Tylenol accounted for approximately 20% of J&J's profits. However, in 1982, somebody tampered with Tylenol bottles and successfully poisoned 7 people with cyanide. This became a business catastrophe. People stopped buying Tylenol as soon as news came out. Despite the severity of this catastrophe, the FBI and FDA were against Burke's idea of recalling all 31 million bottles of Tylenol. But despite others' opinions, Burke understood that he had to be the problem solver during this catastrophe. He managed to regain the trust of the American people by recalling all the bottles and re-releasing Tylenol with tamper-proof packaging. This decision cost the company over $100 million. But it allowed Johnson & Johnson's stock price to return to its pre-catastrophe high within just 2 months. The moral of this story is that we have to take action when catastrophe strikes. Lesson 6. Learn how to deal with success. Guy Raz explains that the most challenging part of running a business is dealing with success rather than failure. Even if we are failing or stagnant, we still have a vision ahead of us of what we want to achieve. We worry less about long-term decisions as we're more worried about survival. However, once we are successful, we have to know ourselves. We have to understand the legacy we want to leave. Therefore, Raz explains that success within the business world depends on prioritizing profit and purpose. Lesson 7. Prioritize purpose. Companies that prioritize their purpose do better during both periods of success and lean times. The reasoning behind this broader success is that the employees are motivated by more than just the money. Therefore, they are less likely to abandon the company when things get a bit tougher. We must identify a purpose for our company so we can persevere when we are struggling financially. In conclusion, the journey to entrepreneurship is much more challenging and lucrative than it is. Launching our business is not only an application, but an all-exploiter course that can transform our life and its purpose. If we thrive, we will not only be wealthy, but also will have discovered our purpose. Can you solve problems when faced with a business catastrophe? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on my new content. You can also get a free copy of the audiobook by clicking the link in the description. Until next time.